family burial chapel. When I first came here, there was really no relationship between the cemetery and York College, surprisingly enough. But York College was different then too. And the roadway here, which is now a pedestrian walkway, beautifully renovated, was a demapped road that looked derelict itself. And a lot of people didn't even know this building was here. It was covered with ivy. And the grounds were completely overgrown for most of the time. So there was a chain link fence that separated the cemetery from the roadway. There was no real way to invite people in. It wasn't inviting at all. The building was an object of destruction by the vandals. And the school sort of, I felt the attitude was that they sort of tolerated the fact that the cemetery was here. They couldn't do anything about it because it was privately owned. It was not part of the dormitory authority's property on which York is built. So it was a slow build, really, over 20 years to make a relationship. I tried very hard and at every single opportunity to forge a relationship with York because they're here and I couldn't be here all the time.
We have been moving forward plans to develop one, maybe two pieces of property on the western part of the campus, both of which are in relatively close proximity to Prospect Cemetery. The idea is to create a facility that will meet the instructional, educational needs of the community, the college community. But in doing so, being very respectful and mindful that we exist within a larger or broader context, one in which includes Prospect Cemetery. We have a representative who works with Ms. Ludlam to discuss their plans and who is kept abreast of our plans to develop new classroom space, new conference center on part of the western edge of the campus.
I have heard that there is a plan to change the campus somewhat, and for some time now my understanding has been that 160th Street, which is the pedestrian walkway in front of the chapel, will be the new entrance to York. And I have heard rumors about a student union that's going to be built where the classroom building is now, but no one in the administration has actually approached me with thoughts about how the chapel and cemetery could be integrated into that plan. In recent times, the most wonderful part is what originally had been envisioned was that this would become a music space, a performance space. And that was always my dream. And in recent times, that has become possible. And it is by forging a relationship with York's jazz department, headed by Tom Slavinger, and the students who have performed here and practiced here. They were here for the opening of the building. And so I'm coming from a very happy place at this time, but it's been a very long and very difficult road in order to actually get the college to understand and accept the value of what they have right here. I think that for all people, history is important. I didn't used to think that when I was younger, but I do believe that history, personal and otherwise, acts as a grounding influence. I think in order to go further, we need to look back and see where we've come from. Our history is one of accepting immigrants from other places, often who have left because of persecution, religious, political, otherwise, accepting them and embracing what they have to offer. I think those people deserve respect. And the way I was raised, their final resting place is a sacred site. So whoever they are, whether they're related to me or not, whoever they were that came here, these people are important to me in my history and in the history of this country. And I think by preserving it and allowing people to come here and think about them, the people who went before, I think that's an important thing. I think it's a great part of personal education, and the fact that we're located within the confines of a University of New York makes it all the better. My hope for the cemetery is that I live to see the grounds restored into a public space that people can come to enjoy the trees and the birds, to look at the stones and the information on them, to see the art of the carvings here. It's a place of peace right in downtown Jamaica. I would hope that we achieve the goal of making it a park that people will enjoy, and a place of education too, but also a place of respite, a place of enjoyment, so that future generations will appreciate the space and utilize it to the fullest extent possible.